Hey guys, welcome to Nerds and Nuance. I'm Ian, and we are back with more Superman and Lois, and again, trying a slightly different mic setup. I'm going to be using the old mic, just trying some situations out. So hopefully this is better than it's been. I'm trying, guys. It's working with what I got right now. Equipment ain't cheap. Last episode, found out Bizarro is here. So that's a turn I wasn't expecting. Not sure how exactly we're going, with that topic, because I'm going to assume it's different. Like they're going for a different version than what we normally do. Because again, I don't know all the different versions. I just know of one that I know. He's a clone of Superman that just kind of didn't. It wasn't good. Like it was imperfect. Like the genetic makeup. Kryptonian's not easy to clone. We don't know anything about it. And it just didn't work out. And yes, I know that if you were to reverse the audio, we would have understood what he said. But I was an idiot, and I was thinking, Bizarro just speaks, the opposite of what he means. I didn't expect, alien language is just him speaking backwards, so that's on me for being dumb. What else happened? Oh, that fucking Allie Alston or whatever her name. God, what a scumbag. I don't know. I don't feel like it's the Lucy we knew from Supergirl, which is a shame because she was pretty cool and a very strong character. That doesn't seem like the kind of person that would fall for this lady's manipulations. But I don't know. Maybe we'll see her and we'll see how Lois deals with this terrible, terrible human being. Oh, whoa. Okay, I was proven wrong. It's okay. Off the bat, they show her. All right.
Dinner's ready. I made burgers.
I don't respond well to threats, Lois.
Neither do I.
Oh, there's a flame breath. What is that doing? Is that thing connecting them?
Some people were in here earlier asking me questions.
What kind of questions?
Secrets in the closet kind.
Dean.
I think he's trying to dig up your past and use it against you. They were asking about Sarah, too. I'm so sorry, I have to tell
That's
you.
a line you don't
No,
cross.
Look, John.
What was he say? Uh-oh. John, run.
He's coming.
What the heck? He's draining something from him.
You're not wearing your gauntlet, John.
No!
Ugh! Oh god, how's Clark look? He's looking more colored. Yeah, that's...
You okay?
I don't really know if it's my thing.
I get it. Like, no pressure, but just so you know, Timmy, he bought like 5 inhalers on Saturday, so he might be pretty tough to beat without some help.
Dude, come on, again.
Love you, Jay.
I don't... No, that's not something you should have said. I don't like that.
I'm sorry you got pulled back.
You need help, and there's probably nobody better to ask than Anderson and that team of his.
I was hoping he was gonna say dig.
So wasted.
Hell yeah, bro.
Move away, move away, move away. Were there any cameras, Jordan? Probably should check the cameras.
Denise! No, look, my dad has the whole place under surveillance. Nothing happens here that we don't see.
Jordan. Oh, that's prime angle budge. Hey, Mr. Henry.
You did a noble thing. Dumb as hell.
I actually have the security footage in the bag.
You need to do something. They're gonna look at the video like any second.
You mean the video I just sent you?
He's retired, but he's still got it. Oh.
Don't worry. I scrambled the original.
They definitely didn't teach undercover cult infiltration at my journalism school.
I'll go in there then.
No, you'd get recognized in a second.
Yeah.
I can do this.
I feel like she might have done research on Lois.
Yeah! Set that! Reset that! Let's go! Line it up!
Is this gonna affect him any differently though? Oh, jeez.
Red 56! Say hi!
Serving a new Maserati. In a brand new Maserati. That's a whole lot of new money. That's what they hiding from 12.
Say hi!
Why now? Lucy, why recant after all this time?
Because Allie's calling is too important to allow you to interfere again. You have no idea what it's been like for me the past few years.
I reached out to you so many times, you wouldn't talk to me.
Because your article ruined my life.
That wasn't my intention and you know it. It was directed at Allie.
It doesn't matter. It happened.
I was just trying to get my little sister back safely.
Because once the person who deceived us gets away with it, that pain never goes away. Isn't that right, Miss Beppo? I'm not here to humiliate you, Miss Beppo. I just want you to know the truth.
That you're like next level banana pants crazy?
I understand your confusion, but maybe this will help change your mind.
Your article on Allie wasn't what we agreed on. You intentionally left out a key part of the story.
What are you talking about?
I saw my other self.
You were overdosing.
I was connecting.
Wait. Is that literal?
You were lost, and Allie Alston convinced you to almost kill yourself.
No, she didn't. And you didn't believe me because you didn't want to believe me. Allie was right, and you know it.
She's a monster.
Sounds like bias to me.
Oh, what's the withdrawal gonna be like, though?
You okay?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whoa! Too close, huh?
What are you doing?
We have a hit in Bolivia.
Oh, boy.
Bolivia? You sure it's the same energy signature?
Yes, sir. Satellites confirm.
Are you ready?
You sure we don't need to alert Superman, sir?
He's in no shape to fight this thing.
He's not technically wrong. But what can that thing do to them? That crystal, will it do anything, or is it just because they're the same?
Superman?
That's not Superman.
You guys gotta get out of there. Was I wrong about him being... Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Different colored skin tone after being by Clark?
Clark, what is it?
Clark. Lois! Here's help, right?
Not enough.
Prepare the suit!
John, I don't know how you're gonna... That suit's not... Oh, God. Don't worry, Tag. Help's on the way. Let's buy some time. It was going to him.
Go!
Throw the necklace. Grab the necklace, Tag. Good job. Hopefully that won't do anything for Anderson.
Transfer all remaining energy into the hammer.
That will leave you exposed, John.
Do it!
John, you! Oh, that's a distance. Don't catch it. Oh! Whoa! Clark.
John, look out.
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Is the helmet broken? Oh. Dude, this is crazy. Alright, we'll deal with him later. We gotta get John. Get him out of there. Don't. Oh, God.
Natalie, I'm sorry.
No! You're Superman. You were supposed to keep him safe.
For a man who likes his tequila neat, word around town is you sure do get messy with it. Have a nice night, you two.
Babe, don't let him get in your head. That's just what he wants.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, Kyle's super susceptible to guilt, though.
Hey, Granddad, you got a sec?
What's on your mind?
You guys gonna train him? Train you?
Well, with everything that's happened recently, I think I should be ready to help Dad. I want you to train me.
It's gonna be hard for him to do, though. Whoop.
Okay.
All right. Oh.
But this stays between us. Understood?
Kyle.
Minnie and the boys sure have missed you around here. But not nearly as much as I have.
Kyle, no.
Not even you can stop the truth from coming out. Watch me.
Please don't call. No.
Christine, I was hoping you'd call.
I want you to tell me the truth about Lois.
Maybe she just. Maybe she just. I don't know. Maybe it's more she's just kind of like wanting both sides, or she's trying to trick Allie. I don't know. It's showing how manipulative she. I have no idea. I'm hoping Crissy's not just. I don't know. What does she think she's gonna get when she's asking her for the truth about Lois? Like, what did she mean? Just like what? Now, I want to bring up, what was her cult's name? It's like inverse something. Inverse method? Is that? I mean, that's the name of the episode. Is that what the thing is called? I don't remember. Oh, yeah, inverse method. So, like. Now, somebody brought. There's a lot of things that. Okay, Blind Wave. I was watching their reaction, and they brought up a couple things that I'm stupid and didn't think about. One is the ex-Kryptonite interacting with Jonathan, and two, her. I mean, I was thinking it was kind of outlandish, or not outlandish, but like a little bit of a minor stretch with like this and the whole Bizarro thing maybe being in connection, but like again, it could just be an aesthetic she wants to go for with like the inverse method and like the kind of like cosmic background or the theme that she's going for, but with Laura bringing up like it was, what was it, like cosmosis something, 1 second, I'm sorry. Interdimensional kinesthesis or something like that, and cosmological something or other. Like, I don't know, with the fact that this Bizarro creature is how they seems to have been brought over here, and then they're talking about like found her true self, or when Lucy was talking about like she saw herself or something like that. Like, I'm wondering if that was like just the whole like I saw myself, or if she literally, whatever Allie's involved with, like she actually saw herself on another Earth. Perhaps. I don't know. And that necklace, whatever. Luckily that they got a hold of it, so at least it can't drain Clark or whatever it was doing. I'm assuming it was draining, and I could have not maybe been seeing things, or maybe it was like the lighting on his face. Like, it looked like his skin tone was like kind of getting more color to it, than rather just being like the grayish blue tinting on it that this Bizarro has to it. So I don't know if I was just seeing things or it was doing something actually, because Clark didn't seem it, other than like he was weaker, or that he was weak from the fight, not necessarily, maybe not weak from being drained, but like weak, or he didn't look physically, his skin tone didn't look any different, at least that I noticed. And I'm wondering I'm kind of worried what Anderson's going to do with that, because their usual initial reaction is like, let's make a weapon out of this. Well, it's kind of making me a little worried. Not only that, like, it's drained some of Superman's power, or whatever it was, so he could possibly see something that he can like tap into with that. But Taj, what do you want to call him? He's a good kid, so he's not intending to like, give the government this kind of power that they could do bad things with, or the DoD at the very least. But he's, I don't necessarily say that he looks up to maybe to Anderson or whoever that's taught him, but like it looks like he's why am I having such a hard time putting this to words? Like, for lack of a better term or phrase, he's a good soldier. Like, he wants to do right, and he thinks that giving them this equipment, this item that this reverse Superman had, because they're not calling it Bizarro, but this Bizarro had, maybe we can use this to stop this creature that's as powerful as Superman, maybe stronger at this time. So I don't know. I just don't know what Anderson's gonna. I don't think Anderson's I don't think he has bad intentions. I think he legitimately wants to help and protect America specifically, while narrow of a sight that is. It's also his job, but like the fact that, regardless, I don't think he doesn't seem like he's wanting to. He's using these people to at least help. So I don't know. I guess until I see him necessarily like wanting to use something for his own gain, which that could also be like an involvement as well. Like a small thing is like, I'm gonna get promotions for this. I'm gonna get a promotion for this. My goodness, my speech is great today. That might be a factor in it as well. But I don't think it's like I'm doing this for the power. I don't think it's like the main thing. I don't know. I could be wrong. I just don't like him. He's such a prick. And those kids, God, they're. I don't know. Tag is a kid because he was still in high school. He was. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's older than Jordan. I just don't know what grade they were, because I know Jordan and John. I know they're freshmen. Pretty sure. They're both 15. Like, was Tag? No. I think, what was it? Clark was saying in the last episode when we found out about the soldiers that they were training, that he's barely 18. I think he said something like that. He's around there, so he's barely an adult, legally, allowed to be doing this, or to have doing this. So, and the others seemed a bit older. They probably are, but still, I feel really bad for those guys. Like, Tag was lucky probably has a broken rib or something. But like, man, those two, he just grabbed them and snapped their necks. God. And unfortunately, Clark couldn't get their bodies. But I mean, it was kind of emergency to get John to the hospital. My God. I mean, I can't really be upset with Natalie. I mean, she's lost her mom. She's worried about losing her dad. Superman's with her dad. Should be able to protect him. You know, that's like in your mind. Yes, he's also fighting another version of him that had this thing that could drain him. Drain his powers, his essence, his life. I don't know what exactly it was doing. It seemed like it was draining the solar radiation, so I think it was draining his power. But I'm not entirely sure. What is... But yeah, I kind of went off on a lot of different things. Basically, like one of the topics is what's going on that connected with Allie. It just seems weird with what Lucy's saying, where they're kind of, I don't know what about focusing on what she's saying, but like the way she kind of delivered the line seemed like they want you to notice this and like piece something together, like connect the dots with this. Like, are they actually dealing with connecting Earths? Like maybe, because again, with the whole crisis, like sometimes memories are collapsing on each other, and sometimes they'll get flashes of that. We saw that in last season of The Flash, I think I can't remember. It was the one where I think it was this season of The Flash. No, sorry, it was last season of Flash. I'm still catching up on that, so I'm still in the mindset of this, but it is last season. So I'm wondering if like whatever Allie's giving these people to medicate with, like it's allowing them to reach that somehow. I don't know, because I mean, Cisco was able to create something that lets you regain those memories from, I guess, whatever is lingering on top of yours from another life, from another version of you. I don't like her. Another thing that Blind Wave mentioned, that I'm sure other people have brought up, it's just something that completely escaped my thought process, is the thing with Jonathan. I keep wanting to say Jordan, I don't know why. The thing with Jonathan, of him taking the drugs, like how that'll affect him differently. Like that, I didn't even think about this. Like he has the recessive genes of, well, I don't know if they would call them recessive, but like they're not, you know, they haven't surfaced in the terms of powers, but they're there. There's like the potential of that. So if, you know, with that interacting with him, with that human side of him, will that intermingle with that side of his gene, like with his DNA? I feel like it has to. Like there's no way for it to not. So, but what is it going to be? Like it seems like it's too much, like too sensitive. I mean, it's like more so like he doesn't know how to control it. It's like when Jordan, or even with Clark, whenever they, you know, when they're first really getting into their powers, everything is too much. Like with superhero, like that was difficult to, like, you know, get a grasp on that and to control it to where it's not, you're not on 24/7 and just being blasted by thousands, millions of sounds all over from all over. So maybe it's more so like that with him, like, because it isn't with what Candice, I believe was her name, said. It affected her. She felt stronger, and what exactly did she say? Well, yeah, that's true. She says it works differently for others. So, and that Kendall, I don't know if we met her or not, heard her mom miles away. I don't know if that. I mean, it seems like it would coincide with that, but I don't know. I feel like it's more. I feel like it would be more so because Jimmy, like whenever he was using it to boost his playing, he still didn't seem to have the accuracy or the precision. I don't know why I said accuracy so weird, because I couldn't say it at all. But the precision and just like the kind of control that Jonathan seemed to have there. Like he honed in on like a tight pocket that was like, you know, there were people in the way, but he was able to get through and over enough like for the receiver to get it. I feel like it is interacting with his DNA differently than it is with theirs. So I'm just worried because like the adverse effect is again like, would it linger more than it would with others? Will it like, what are the withdrawals? Like, it doesn't seem. I don't know if it has withdrawals. We haven't actually seen it. We don't really see her, Candice, really going through any kind of withdrawal symptoms. I'm saying weird words different, weirdly. Maybe it's not weird for some of you. I don't know. It sounds weird to me. But I wonder if it would cause withdrawals with him, because it's like, it's kind of like when for those that watch Young Justice, slight spoiler. Yeah, you know, he's not fully Kryptonian, so he doesn't have all the powers that a Kryptonian would have. He never will. But he takes something, or he is affected by something that kind of holds back human DNA, so that he basically has access to those powers. But it also makes him unstable and more susceptible to raging and outbursts. So, I mean, again, it's a little different here, because this is more like naturally blended DNA than anything. And it's more so just adding an effect rather than retracting something, because it's, you know, it's affecting normal people as well that don't have any Kryptonian DNA, and giving them a little bit of boost of power, whether it's strength or even like heightened senses with hearing. I don't know if anybody else has had, you know, heightened sight, like, because it seems, I don't know necessarily it's boosted Jonathan's strength, because we haven't really, I don't know if we've seen that, but it has seemed to have like enhanced his senses, like his vision, and I don't know if that's helping with his control, if he's able to like notice things, notice like the openings more, or just to be, maybe he has a little bit of strength as well to be able to, and I don't know, the control again is still, I don't know, it just feels like it definitely has to be affecting him differently, but I'm worried like what the adverse effect of that's going to be. A real quick thing though, that it does seem to appear to be, at the very least, it's the same actress that played Lucy that played her in Supergirl. They mentioned, you know, or she mentioned, like, she lost her job and her fiance, and I'm pretty sure her and James were engaged, I think. I can't quite remember. I know that they were together. Maybe, again, there's the whole thing with Crisis. We don't know what all has changed. So, that could have been what she was talking about. And apparently, I don't know, because the paper seemed to have come after that argument of like the fact that she had already lost her job. So like, I don't know what necessarily. Well, obviously, kind of probably put some bad publicity on her, so it make it difficult for her to get any other kind of job maybe for a while, or at least to the same level that she had before. So maybe that's what that about when she mentioned when she was telling Lois that she ruined her life. It sucks seeing her like this, because like, again, like I mentioned before, in Supergirl, she's just such a strong character and like knows what she wants, and like career wise, like is really going for like what makes her happy, and I don't know, she just seemed like a much more confident and strong and certain person, more confident. I don't know if I already said that. And I know people, actual people go through issues where they like hit a real rough spot, to where they can even get to that. But it still sucks seeing her in that situation, and whether Allie has good intentions or not. I know she's just a terrible person. But like, you know, the seeing Lucy falling prey to that, it sucks, because I mean, obviously, I feel like Allie does believe whatever she's talking about in terms of like seeing, or she knows what's going on with. Again, we could be wrong about there being a connection between her and Bizarro and all that crap, but I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it. And it's funny because, one, I didn't even notice it before. I didn't even like connect the dots because I'm an idiot, and And when it was brought up with Blind Wave, I was just kind of like, I don't know, it seems a little bit iffy. But then, yeah, when they talked about it, I was like, oh yeah, it is called that. They are kind of going into more like the cosmos and like other, seeing your true self. I don't know. I don't know. It just seems, now looking at it, it's like, wow, there has to be some kind of connection here. I don't know. Sorry, go. I know I kind of strayed from Lucy again. I feel like we can't end the show, at the very least this season. I feel like we can't end the season with Lucy still being on this side. Like, I mean, it is a realistic approach if she does, but it's also like really sad if they go that route. I really hope they don't. I'm curious about like what's going on with why he's going specifically to Bolivia. I'm guessing on his Earth or whatever is the case here for his existence. Bolivia has a significance to him. And maybe that's where, if it was, because again, I know from an iteration that I know of Bizarro, he's a clone, so maybe who he was cloned after, their fortress was in Bolivia. Or at least in that location. Maybe it wasn't so much Bolivia, but maybe on his Earth it was located, wherever he was located somewhere different. I don't know. I'm just, because it seems strange to them, like why was Bolivia too? Like why was it randomly just in Bolivia when he was nowhere near there whenever he just erupted from the Earth. I'm really excited to see Jordan train with Sam, because I feel like Sam is definitely going to be it's going to be really cool seeing them actually like get into the powers more so. I mean, we've definitely seen them use them a bit throughout the season, at least the past 2 seasons, but like really get into like training with using them in combat and to protect others, and to help his dad. So I think that's partially what he's wanting to do, is like he's, with John having gone and getting himself hurt, Jordan's probably saying like, I could have been there to avoid all of this. And my dad's like, keeps getting hurt by this, like it's affecting only him. So maybe with me there, there'll be better chances of things going at least better for us. And obviously Sam has some experience with this probably. I don't know if he necessarily trained Clark probably, or I don't think he did. I doubt. I know Sam didn't train Clark, but he has experience with Clark and with just training soldiers. I am curious as to how intense he'll go with Jordan, because like in one sense, like he knows what he's in for, so he's not going to want to go easy on him, so he is prepared for the worst. But it is also still his grandson, and he's still in high school, so it's a little bit different. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see the direction he goes with that, and how intense he'll be, and how good of a teacher he'll be. I don't know. At least for Jordan. But it still don't know about keeping it secret, because obviously when that comes out, there will be drama. I get why he'd want to, because he probably was like, they're not going to want to do this. But that being the case, knowing they probably wouldn't want them finding out, because inevitably they will find out. Jordan's a teenager who isn't super experienced with keeping this kind of a secret to himself. There might be times where he comes home sore, or there's something going, somehow slips up. And it's, Lois. She's going to pick up on something. Clark probably will too. So, and then there'll be a huge argument with, those two and Sam. I really hate it, but I get it though. He wants to be able to be able to know how to use his abilities to not expose himself and his family, because he almost did there. I feel bad because then the people that it was a harmless thing. So it's not like they were trying to hurt anybody or do any kind of other like super serious crime. They were trying to steal alcohol, which, you know, not good, because that could have ended badly too, but, you know, could have been far worse than that. So it's not necessarily a huge thing that the camera was wiped, but, you know, for other situations that could be bad. So yeah, definitely a good thing to kind of work on not only his powers, but like to be aware, like Sam had said, be aware of the surroundings. I mean, obviously in a place where there's the potential of someone stealing, there's going to be security cameras. Whether they're optimally placed or not, you know, is up in the air sometimes. But usually they set at angles so we're like, hey, we can see you. So we'll catch you whether it's here or now or later. Jesus. So yeah, no, he almost goofed there. But luckily Sam was just like, nah, it's what you mean the thing I sent you? Yeah, I got it taken care of. Good thing you called me. Don't do anything stupid like that again. But yeah, it's good. It is good that he's gonna at least getting the training of like the, you know, discipline of how to use the abilities and, you know, to be aware when to use them. Like, you know, hey, is anybody gonna see me, or is any camera gonna catch me? You know, is there any way that this can be seen and, you know, pointed back at me? So that's good at least. But yeah, I definitely think it's not a good idea to keep it a secret from the family. I am worried Jordan's gonna find out. I don't know which one like, if Jordan finds out and then tries to stop Jonathan, and then there's gonna be this thing like, oh, you're just, you know, jealous, or now that I'm getting on your level as well, or something like that. I don't know, because I don't know if like these drugs are gonna have any kind of effect behaviorally as well, because sometimes I feel like just slamming my nose. A lot of times it has that effect where it will, you know, mess with your hormones, the chemicals, you know, affecting your behavior. Being kind of, you might lash out at times. He was teetering for a moment. He was like, I don't know what's my thing. I bought it off you, but like, I don't know if he bought it off her. He said, you know, let me buy them off you, but I don't know if she maybe just handed them to him. But it, you know, she's also trying to help her dad pay bills. So I'm just like, well, I mean, Jonathan, I know you're my boyfriend, but I need the money from my pops, so please. But I don't know. Regardless, I hate that he's taking them. I can't really blame him, because I mean the potential to have abilities like that by just inhaling that is kind of hard to like pass up on if you think about it. Like, for anybody, if you run into something like you find out there's a drug that like gives you some kind of superpower, whether flight, super strength, laser vision, any kind of like crazy power that seems almost beyond science, at least at this point. Beyond like the natural point your body goes, it's like, well, I mean, kind of cool. And I could do good for some people. I could do good with this. Some people like I could, you know, get payback with this. You know, whatever the reasoning for it, it's really hard to turn down. And he's a teenager who's just not only a teenager, but also like being sidelined all the time, being looked over. His brother's got powers. His dad, he finds out, is Superman. He of twins doesn't get powers, so it's, you know, there's all that on him as well. Seeing his brother and his dad doing these incredible things, like, dude, come on. I mean, he's been really understanding and cool about it, like, for a lot of the time. So it's like, you know, there's a breaking point. And you're trying to like keep that emotion in a lot of times, and whether sometimes you mean it or not, like a lot of times or after a while, kind of just like pushing that down a little bit, or like wanting to be understanding and, you know, respectful. After a while, that's gonna affect you, and you're just gonna explode. I'm hoping that it hasn't been recent with Kyle. I'm assuming the affair. It seemed pretty evident. No, I'm hoping it wasn't. At the very least, I'm hoping it was only at the point where they were having issues, and, you know, they were probably on the brink of a divorce. Because she says, "I've missed you. You know, we've missed you not as much as me," or something. Whatever she had said. I'm hoping when they started repairing things, that's when he had stopped it, and hoping it hadn't been any recent. God. Oh, if that comes out, he needs to tell Lana. Yeah, Lana. Jesus, my brain second guessed itself. And Sarah. Oh God, that's gonna be so hard for them. They're on such good terms right now. They're so happy together. Yeah, I thought Kyle was just like really susceptible to like the guilt at that point, like what how I was, and this might affect my wife's run to be mayor. But he had a very good reason to feel guilty. He cheated on her. Oh, God, and then finding out that way, like he's definitely worried about that. He's wanting to make sure with her that, hey, this is it. I'm only here to tell you that I'm not. Listen, pretty sure, hoping that's why he's there. I'm here to let you know this isn't a thing anymore. I want to be with my wife. I'm sorry that, whatever, however that's gonna go. Possibly also to like, please try to keep this, secret. I don't know. I was gonna say, how did Dean find out about it, but something like that with his connections with the town. I'm glad that Sarah was at least like, if they find out about it, that's not me anymore. I was in a bad place. But man, this is gonna, she's gonna look at her dad so terribly again. You can't really blame him for it. He had an affair with someone, and she loves her mom. She loves her dad too, but like the fact that that's gonna hurt her mom and that he betrayed her mom is gonna be like, ugh. God. I hope this doesn't set her back. Another worrying thing to worry about is that apparently this Bizarro can find Clark. Like he can, I don't know if it's the necklace or if it's like their connection, or like when he saw like he had his memories. Like I know they can like see each other's moments. I think. Oh, it's raining really hard right now. Hope my power doesn't go out. Gotta hurry to wrap this up. Regardless, he knew where to find him. That's terrifying. Like if that happened, if it happens when he's in public, like he can't really go Superman. And even so, even if he doesn't, that thing's going to attack him. How is he going to try to just get out of the way without showing his powers? Or if he gets hit, how is he going to explain why he's alive? I don't know. That's another thing that's worrying that I just not thought about. Is like if it finds him while he's in, around people, like it's going to know who he is. It's going to know exactly where he is. And that necklace, like I know I talked about it before, but like it was weird. Like it seemed like it pulled him in towards him. I don't know. Maybe it was just that when it was absorbing his power, that kind of had a strange pull to it. I don't know. This is all just not good. I mean, like the freaking cult lady. Bizarro, poor John. He put himself in danger so many times. Like he summoned the hammer, or he called for the hammer without the gauntlet. That if some either is broken in his hand, or there's some damage there, and now he's unconscious. He's possibly comatose. I think. I don't know. He's some messed up with his neck probably. Like he had no protection basically. Like apart from like the shell of the suit. He didn't have anything like a buffer, like any kind of shielding, because he diverted all the power to the hammer, which, thank you, but man, that really just left him open like a sword, I don't know, I was going to say something, I can't remember, like a wound, I don't know. I had something and then it was gone. It didn't work out with John. And it's not, I mean, I don't know if it's working out for Lois, I don't know if it's working out for Jonathan. Seems like the only one that's really working out for is Jordan. I mean, he's being trained to use his powers, so I mean, hooray for Jordan, I guess. But that's it for this week's episode of Superman and Lois. Gonna cut this down now before power goes out and lose some of the stuff. If you want to stick around for whenever this comes out, or for other stuff comes out, this show, next episode, next week, subscribe or whenever that comes out. Man, I'm on fire today.